him by fixing all these other convocations, gatherings on that same day? And are you really going to honor those convocations because you don't want to maybe offend your friend, whoever it may be, knowing fully well that you are robbing God of his time and you are taking that spotlight from him to somebody else? Now let's look at examples of convocation, holy convocation on the Sabbath. If you look at Luke 14 verse 16, and he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read. So we see the example of Jesus going to the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Acts 13 verse 42 to 44 says, and when the Jews were gone out of the synagogue, the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath. When the congregation was broken up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul and Barnabas, who, speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the grace of God. And the next Sabbath day came almost the whole city together to hear the word of God. So these are still examples. There are still other Bible passages there that show these are the apostles now keeping the Sabbath after Sabbath. They come together to hear the word of God. Still the same thing we see here in Acts 16. I don't think I need to read that. Acts 16 from verse 11 down to 13. Still the same things we are seeing there. Now, reading from Testimonies for the Church, volume 6, page 360, paragraph 2. Christ has said, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Matthew 18 verse 20. Wherever there are as many as 2 or 3 believers, let them meet together on the Sabbath to claim the Lord's promise. So don't think that because maybe we are just 2 or we are just 3, there's no way I can keep the Sabbath. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is there in this midst, and you can still claim the blessings of the promise and keep the Sabbath day. Going on, it says, okay, this is volume 5, page 499, paragraph 1. It says, there should be no display of the apparel, for this encourages irreverence. The attention of the people is often called to this or that fine article of dress, and thus thoughts are intruded that should have no place in the hearts of the worshippers of God. God is to be the subject of thought, the object of worship, and anything that attracts the mind from the solemn sacred service is an offense to him. So just like I was saying, God is the object of this day. It is not for anybody else. He is the spotlight of the day. So we are not supposed to be allowing things that will detract the attention from him, something else. Like he says here, which is something I believe we can relate to, calling our attention to this or that fine article of dress. I know how it is. Oh, your dress is so fine. Where did you buy it? And before you know it, there's nothing wrong in admiring somebody's dress. But you know that just that comment can make you go into a line that will cause you to break the Sabbath. Before you know it, I've seen it happen. On Friday evening, I was with some of our fellowship members when I think I was in final year then. And it was just from, your dress is fine. Before you know it, where did you buy it? They started talking about different types of materials, prices, and I know these people, they are the kind of people that uphold the Sabbath. They don't joke with it. But just that one comment led them into a line that they never even saw coming. So we should be careful. Don't allow this